All right, welcome to my 2021 spring turkey hunt. This may seem a weird way to start it, but this is how I feel for having that backseat empty. Not able to take my 9-year-old son with me on this hunt like I planned on it, so I'm a little sad. Let's get started. All right, we are here. First official camp spot for the trailer. Let's see how she did. Upon first inspection, not great. Paper towels, that's down. Really, that's the only problem. I'll have to fix that. So that's exciting. But overall, the rest of it, oh, spoke too soon. Did pretty good. We'll fix that cabinet. And my wife won't know a thing until she sees this video. If she even watches it. Booyah. Alright, well, priority number one is to roost a bird. We're back in here in a place that we call Brendon Wolfe Road. This is, a few years back we heard some wolves howling when I was here with my brother, and conveniently right at that same time he was ready to pack up and get in the truck, get out of this spot. I think it was just, coincidence. You might not find it funny, but I find that real funny. So anyways, back in a spot where I know we've seen turkey, we've heard turkey. The problem right now is it's super windy in here. So I'm going to try and find a side of a slope that's out of the wind. Preferably, if I can, an east-facing slope because it's pretty cold in the morning, so they're going to want to be right in the sun as soon as possible. So I got a little more walking. I'm about a mile in. Probably got about another mile or so to go to get to the spot that I want. Hopefully sit there until dark and get something to come in and get in the tree, so tomorrow when season opens I can bang bang shoot 'em up. Either a big coyote or a small little wolf. I think that's your answer. Well, unfortunately, this is about as close as the video gets. This is about 223 yards away, and when I first saw him, he was about half that distance. It was 110, 115. Now, I watched him for a good 10 to 15 minutes. He just kept howling, kept barking and howling, and finally I got up and moved. That one right, oh, hello, there. Just watching me now. Oh. There it goes. Alright, here's what we're looking for. And this one, that one's gotta be a gobbler. Tracks all over here. There, back up that way. I'll come this way and going off the road up there. So that's where I'm gonna head as quiet as I can. As I mentioned earlier, sun's setting over there. It's just gonna be coming up over here. So this side right here, which is a little more secluded from the wind, is exactly what hopefully I can find something in here. Here's where all those gobbles are coming from. Is about halfway between me and the top of that little ridge there, the little knob, and there's two gobblers over there. Right up here in these trees is a couple of hens roosted, already up there, hard to see. The problem is that's my truck. So I am stuck here until it is pitch black, they don't see me, and I gotta try and get out of there as quick as I can, and then we'll be back here in the morning. Right now it's just a waiting game. They're still up there. Obviously you hear them gobbling. The hens and the gobblers are about 100 or so yards apart. I'm closer to the hens, hoping that the gobblers will come on over this way, so I haven't been doing much calling or anything because I figure the gobblers already know that those hens are there because they came in the same flock. So they're going to meet up regardless of whether I mess it up by calling or not. So I'm staying quiet, and hopefully when they fly down, they come my way. Well, I'll spare you the same wait that I ended up having. I sat there for a few hours, and then I moved about 50 yards up and sat there for a few hours, hoping that they'd swing back by through their roosting spot. 'Cause sometimes they circle back a little bit. Never saw them. The gobblers flew down first, and they went up and over that ridge, and the hens flew down just a little bit after and flew up and over that ridge as well, and I tried to quietly follow with no luck. Then I tried to sit and wait with no luck. Doing some ridge hopping here and found a little friend right down there. I have been seeing these bad boys all over the place. Saw them last night, saw them all day yesterday. I don't know if they just got super busy of late or there was a relocation or what, but I've never seen this many wild horses up here. You want to know the kind of weather that's not conducive to turkey hunting? Yeah, you can't even hardly see it on the phone. That's stupid. We got some, I don't know, not from the Midwest. I don't know all the fancy terms. Some type of hail snow thing, and it's going sideways right now. Lots of wind. That's coming, and it looks like it's about to just get worse. So, turkey are obviously alive and still out there, but that doesn't make it easy. Nothing? Okay. Alright, this is pretty much exactly where the gobbler was roosted last night and this morning. The hens were down there, but there were some other ones up the hill a little bit. Right over the hill over there is where they flew down from the trees, took off that way. So, anyways, I'm thinking, because the road that I was on last night walking is down there. When I saw all these, some of them came from up over that way instead of where they went this morning. I kind of put myself down in the middle of where they were all spread out. About 3 o'clock right now. So hopefully about an hour and a half, 2 hours, they come in here, don't even know I'm here, and we can get on to something. Because I feel like this is where they're going to roost again. Just because it's on the east side and it's pretty out of the wind. Wind's blowing pretty hard, but I'm pretty protected from this little embankment there. So we'll see. Fingers crossed. Well, that ended up being a dud. We didn't see nothing. I didn't hear nothing. No spit, no cluck, no gobble, no nothing. So day 2 of the official hunt, day 3 of being there, but day 2 of the actual hunt, and we're going to try and turn up some new spots, see if I can find a more active roosting site. All right, we got some turkeys, not on this side, on the other side of the canyon over there. They're gobbling back. So we're gonna, it's probably a 4 or 5 mile drive all the way around, or I can go down and up a canyon, which we're just gonna go drive around, sir. Back up in one of those ridges over there, see if we can get into them. That was no luck on that gobbler earlier. That was ridge, let me see, yeah, over there. A couple little fingers over. I walked 1 or 2 of them, went all the way down into the canyon, came back up. Couldn't get a gobbler or nothing. I don't know where they disappeared to. So this is now 2 or 3 over, a little closed road here. There's a water tank up there with some turkey tracks, but there's a creek down here as well. So we might try sitting in the water since there's tracks there anyways. See if we can turn them up. Fun fact. Well, let's do this. So you can, there we go. That was, I don't know, somewhere up there. Actually, I think on the one over. Anyways, when I first heard the gobble, I took off to the truck so I could drive all the way down that side of the canyon, cross over and come back up. It took about 20-25 minutes, but it took about an hour to leave because I lost my phone up in there. Luckily, through the grace and power of God, found it, but it took a while. But before I came back, I'd gobbled at or howled at them again. And they had moved deeper into that canyon, so I figured they were just hunkered down in there. And then I raced over. And by the time I got here, though, they were gone. Well, I think I've reached as far as I can feasibly go. I keep pushing these horses, and all they're doing is going a little farther forward. If there is anything down there, they're going to kick them up or alert them well before I get there. So that's as many ridges over as I can go. So I've covered now about 4 or 5 little drainages on either side of where those turkeys were, and I cannot find them. So on to the next one. Finally saw 2 elk earlier. Now we got like 8 or 9 up there. It's about dang time. Well, because it's the last night that I'm here on this round, the season will be open for a week and then closed for a week and then opens back up for 3 weeks here in Arizona. I need to be in a spot where I can be a little more aggressive if they go to these trees over here, or if they go to these trees over there. I was a little farther that way the other night because I'm pretty sure that's where they come. So I need to split the difference. So if they come down either side, I'm in a better spot where I can go after them either way. So we shall see. They didn't come here last night, but hopefully they just do a 2-night rotation and come back over here. They might have spooked out of here. I think 2 hens, when they were flying off the roost, might have seen me yesterday morning, and maybe that's why they didn't come back last night. So hopefully they think danger's gone and come on back in. And if they do, come on over for turkey burgers. All right, back up here in the woods trying to get a turkey. I've already seen tons of elk, so already better than last time. I found that the trips I find a lot of elk, I usually find a turkey at some point. So anyways, I know there's a lot of turkey up here. A guy I was just talking to just saw 20 of them. And so we're going to see if we can get on those and try and roost them or something, or get in between them and their roost, and we'll see how it goes. Wish me luck. Randy Newberg. Was this you? I think it was. On this game trail here that's just covered in elk tracks. Get up to this barbed wire fence, and oh no, I can't see. There we go. Some old boy or some old girl cut it real close there. Unfortunately, I scoured every inch of that hand's body looking for any semblance of a nubbed beard, and there was none. I tried to get it on video, but no luck. I was down that way from my morning setup. That was where the hen was at yesterday, and where I know a flock of about 20 other birds have been. Anyways, at the end of it, I just did a little shot gobble with a coyote pup collar. Again, from down there, there's a huge loud crack up around that way. Didn't see anything, didn't hear anything else, so I walked this way about 50 yards or so and ran in. Right as I ran into some bear scat up to my right, there's this loud growling. Yeah, about right up in that way. Couldn't get him to do it again. Don't have my rifle with me right now. I'm backing in here a little ways, so not trying to call him in. But somewhere up there, there's a bear that would really like to get a coyote pup, it sounds like. Last spring opening morning, right in these trees here, is where my son and I roosted a gobbler. Actually, we roosted him over there. Then in the morning, this is where we heard the gobblers from, so I don't know if he was on the ground and moving, but it was dark. So anyways, between the two spots, this is where they kind of were. But we also heard some gobbles later, about an hour after sunrise, up there. Probably the same birds, but then at the same time, two of them that way. So we're about the time now where they should be getting to their roosts. I was setting up over there, where it seemed like they moved to last year. And I'm just kind of gonna walk and see through all that if I can see anything walking around the bases of the trees or already up in the trees, because we're getting pretty close. This one's behind the mountain, and that's when the last couple of weeks they've been getting up in the trees. So see if we can catch something. Spoiler alert, caught nothing. So next morning here, I actually stumbled upon this in a little wilderness area. I'm not smart enough to be able to tell if this is a lion or bear kill, but I'm smart enough to tell that something along those lines has been there since it died. Oh, this morning, walked a few miles back into this wilderness area. No motorized vehicles allowed. Lots of elk, lots of deer, lots of turkey sign. I've heard them in here before, so I've been camped on the other side of this small little ridge over here. And the day after I shot my turkey last year, I heard them gobbling all over the place in here the next day. So I figured I'd try and catch one roosting early in the morning, getting off the roost, maybe getting the water. Got nothing. Makes it a little tough with the creek running down instead of a pond or a drinker, so they could be anywhere. But I'm doing a real good job of finding where the turkey have been. I'm not doing a great job of finding them where they are right now. So hopefully we can do some ridge running or something and turn up something. Possibly my last day. I'm not sure if I'll be here another day or not, so gotta get something. You got me a little friend. We're gonna follow the leader here. He's been going on for a few hundred yards. Bye, buddy. Well, I still don't have a turkey, but I pretty much just bought and paid for this trip by finding that bad boy, the cow elk skull. I'm gonna clean this thing up, sell it on my brand new Etsy channel, Etsy store. I don't know what I guess I should know the proper vernacular. Sell it on my Etsy store for probably about 175 bucks. Boom, trip paid for. Thank you, Mrs. Elk.
Do any of you feel like identifying as turkey for me? You would look great on a phantom feather mount, I promise. No? Bunch of jerks.
Alright, this is gonna be my last day. So last evening set up here. It's about 3:30, 4 o'clock right now. And so I'm back where I saw that hen at about 80 yards. The first day I was here. I'm gonna set up right where I saw that hen. There's good water back there, good roosting back there. This is right where a guy said he saw a flock of 20 birds 2 days ago. There's sign everywhere, so I know they're using it back there. Just hope they use it tonight. This again, last day, last setup. Just gonna try and catch anything with a beard coming in for water and roost. We'll see how it goes. Alright, we're all set up down here. And she popped up. I looked at my video. She popped up at 6:08 the other night. And so we've got a couple hours until then, but that's good because that could be a late pattern for her or for any other bird, and it might come through here. Maybe they'll come through right there. And it also gives whatever else I disturbed in the forest here a couple hours to calm down and get back to noisy, so they don't feel like anything's wrong. Right there is where she popped up. It's on these logs here, and she was sort of just playing and went that way and then back. Up there is where I was. There's a little spring right there. Boop, right there. So I'm right here and I can twist and get anything if it's over by the spring, if it's there, and then I'm also a little off to the side and covered up by some trees. So in a good spot. We'll see if we can get lucky tonight. There's a black one up there. Cinnamon one, there it is. Ooh, man. So those two bears were in between me and my truck. So I mean, I obviously couldn't keep calling. I've only got a shotgun and a pistol, but they were most certainly coming towards me. They kept coming at that sprint. and came down. You can see in the video that was to my right. Yeah, we're carrying this now. That was to my right. And so they came down fairly close to like a 180 to me and then started coming my way. So I had to stand up and let them see that I wasn't a turkey because they were coming in hot. I've never had that happen before. Number one, I personally have never been that close to bears in the wild, let alone having them sprinting at me, two of them sprinting at me, thinking they just got a cheap, easy meal. So needless to say, I'm busting my evening spot about a half hour early.
Well, unfortunately that ended, or fortunately I guess, that ended my 2021 spring turkey season. I did not get a turkey. I actually didn't ever even see a gobbler, but I heard 3 of them. Saw, I don't know, 5 or 6 hens. Just couldn't get close enough to the gobblers. Turkey more than anything, man, they just make me look foolish every year. And I don't know what it is. Maybe one day I'll figure them out, but it was not this day. That's the Lord of the Rings reference for all my fellow nerds out there. Now I will say this, I'm not one of those hunting purists out there who comes back after an unsuccessful hunt and says it absolutely doesn't matter. I had a great experience, so that's just as much of a success. I do love the experience, whether or not I get one. I love going and would keep going, but I still don't view it as a successful hunt. However, this time, coming back at the end, getting close to a wolf, calling in a sow and a cub, finding this deadhead here, getting it all cleaned up, putting that on my shelf, that's about as close as you can come to a successful hunt without actually having a successful hunt. So I hope you enjoyed it, and thanks for watching.